Hello, my friend, and welcome to the Champions Adjust Sports Talk Show. My name is Aaron Machbitz. The Dallas Cowboys have not won a Super Bowl since 1996. And to win those 3 Super Bowls in the 90s, Jerry Jones definitely made a deal with the devil. Now, today, the Dallas Cowboys brand is worth almost $19 billion. And if Jerry Jones was asked by, I don't know, the football gods, whether he would want to win 3 Super Bowls in a row or do another press conference, he would say he'd rather do a press conference. Jerry Jones absolutely loves the attention. That's all he's about. And right now, or not right now, but a couple days ago, Jerry Jones has a press conference where he talks smack about his 2 star players, Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott, only because he knows that this will get attention from ESPN, from sports media, from the Champions Adjust Sports Show, right? He has these calculated moves. He's like, oh, it's the summer. It's a slow news cycle. The Aaron Rodgers drama is over. What can I do to garner attention for the Dallas Cowboys? Okay, I can do a press conference because, like I said, Jerry Jones would rather be able to do press conferences than win 3 Super Bowls in a row. He's already won the Super Bowls. His brand is worth $19 billion. Okay, what can I do for people to only talk about the Dallas Cowboys in this news cycle for the next couple days? Okay, I can have a press conference and I can talk shit about my star player, Micah Parsons, and I can talk shit about my star player, Dak Prescott, how we made him the richest quarterback in the league, and he only played whatever games, and he sucks, and what he just does this as a calculated measure. I see Jerry Jones as pulling the strings like Triple H in WWE, right? Everything is calculated. It all seems like it's a work, but is that what he tells his players? Do his players know that? Is there an understanding? There has to be an understanding that when you play for the Dallas Cowboys, there's going to be a lot of attention on you. They're one of the most recognizable brands on the planet. But like talking smack about your own players and then expecting them to perform great is one of the stupidest things I could ever imagine. So Jerry Jones, if he wants to win Super Bowls, which at this point I actually don't know if he does. He claims that he wants to win Super Bowls, but I think really what he wants is more attention, more attention, more attention, more attention. Because again, he would rather be able to do press conferences than, ink a deal with the football gods to win 3 Super Bowls in a row. And so he keeps saying outrageous stuff and doing outrageous things just so the Dallas Cowboys can garner more attention. Because Jerry Jones is actually legit the reason why the Cowboys culture is so bad. Of course, I know the players on the field have to perform. That is their duty. That is their job. Their job is to execute their role to the best of their ability, whatever that might be. And it's to the coaches and the players to come together to create that culture, to have that winning attitude, that winning mindset, that we can get this done regardless of what's happening. But then there's this looming black cloud over everyone's head about Jerry Jones. And so when the Cowboys get into the playoffs, if they actually do get into the playoffs, they've had some pretty good teams over the last couple of years, but they can never, ever get it done when it matters most. Again, they haven't won a Super Bowl since 1996, and I can't even remember the last time they've actually won a playoff game and moved on to the second round. This is because when the Dallas Cowboys get into the playoffs, everything changes. They might be a little loose and relaxed during the regular season. Jerry Jones might be loose and relaxed during the regular season. I don't think he's ever that way, but like players play a little bit more loose and relaxed during the regular season because they don't feel like that much is on the line. They've already gotten paid. They're executing their role. They play like good teams play for each other. They don't play for the owners. They don't play for the coaches. Good teams play for each other and they respect the coaches. They understand the feedback they're trying to get, and then they improve upon those things going forward. But then suddenly the Dallas Cowboys get into the playoffs and it's a culture shift. It's a mindset change. Everyone is walking on eggshells. People's nose and toes aren't headed in the same direction. There's some really, really, really tight buttholes, and you're only focused on the outcomes. Yes, sports and life are about results and about outcomes. But if you only focus on those results and on those outcomes, you actually constrict your ability to play free and loose. And if you're not playing free and loose, that means you're not expressing the best version of yourself on the field. And so there is a culture within the Dallas Cowboys that is eating this team alive. And it starts up top with Jerry Jones and his obsession with his obsession with the Dallas Cowboys brand being in the news media all the time, his obsession with, being the center of attention, his obsession with all of that doesn't lead to the players focusing on the thing that matters most, which is their on-field performance. What are they doing off the field that could lead to something on the field? They're more worried about being a Dallas Cowboy than actually worried about executing and performing and owning their role on the field. And then it totally gets exaggerated and turned up a notch when they enter the playoffs, because there's so much mystique around the Cowboys and they're America's team. And at one point they were so dominant and won a Super Bowl in 1993 and 1994 and 1996. And now they can't seem to get past the first round. They can barely get into the playoffs. And so there's an immense amount of pressure that comes with that. And so if you don't have the right mindset and if you don't have the right culture inside your locker room, it's never going to change. If everyone doesn't have the same vision, a shared vision is the number one way you can get into group flow state. Flow state is the optimal state that an athlete can be in when they're on the field. Listen to Dr. Michael Gervais talk about this with his work with the Seattle Seahawks. But my point being is that if there's not a shared vision, if people don't understand exactly what they're trying to do and they're not doing it to the best of their ability, if not every single person in the locker room understands what exactly their role is, how they can execute it, and then owning that role to the best of their ability, then they're not going to be able to get the job done. And then if there's Jerry Jones always coming in and putting more pressure on them and talking out of his ass and always thinking about the brand and not about the players and how we can make this better and that better and what are the missing pieces. And Jerry Jones is the reason why the Dallas Cowboys are unsuccessful when it comes to winning football games. But Jerry Jones is also the reason why the Dallas Cowboys are successful when it comes to creating a very, very recognizable brand, a $19 billion brand. I mean, we saw the Lakers recently get sold for $10 billion. They're an extremely recognizable brand. The Dallas Cowboys, one step above that. I mean, my wife's family is from England, and even they know and really revere the Dallas Cowboys, whether it's even the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders or the Dallas Cowboys culture. They know that brand. The brand is recognizable all over the world. But what the Dallas Cowboys don't do is they don't win football games when it matters most. And that's also because of Jerry Jones. That's because of the culture they've created. But we can't blame it solely on them. The players have responsibility as well. They have a responsibility to take ownership over themselves and say, no matter what, who's ever at top, it doesn't matter. I'm going to play for my teammates. I'm going to play for myself. I'm going to play for something bigger than myself. I'm going to play for my role. I'm going to play because I love this game. I'm going to remember my reason why. I'm going to listen to my coaches. I'm going to take my feedback. I'm going to grow. I'm going to learn. I'm going to adapt. I'm going to play for the guy next to me and the guy next to me because I love them. I care for them. And this is the culture we want to create here at the Cowboys so that we have a shared vision, so that our nose and toes are headed in the same direction and we play for each other and we play because we love this game. That creates a looser culture, not focused solely only on outcomes, but on doing the absolute best we can, playing the best we can, regardless of any circumstances. And that's the culture that most winning teams want to create, but they don't because there's some higher ups or other things happening that deter them from creating that winning culture. I mean, the Patriots had it for a very long time. The Kansas City Chiefs have it right now. Like, what do they do differently that allows them to win on a consistent basis when other teams have just as talented players, but they don't win ever? It's the culture they create, it's the mindset that they have, and it's the way they play for each other that really determines if they can win the big game or not. So if the Dallas Cowboys ever want to win the big game, Jerry Jones has to fire himself, but he's never going to because he's more worried about how much brand recognition the Dallas Cowboys have than ever winning a Super Bowl again. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'd absolutely love to hear from you. Then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.